Just a quick heads up. We're supposed to be uploaded a bit more today than I see is the case, but I've had various recording issues I couldn't sort in time for getting something extra beyond this video sorted for Friday. So I will try and compensate over the weekend. Hello and welcome to a look at a cliffhanger for the Commodore 64, a game that was released by New Generation Software in 1984. In Cliffhanger, you play as Cliffhanger. Yeah, his brother is Cold Code. What do you expect? A bounty hunter who has to collect the bounties on various desperados. And in order to take out the desperados, does he use his 6-shooter? Nope. He left it at home. What about his rifle? Nope. He forgot that one. A stick of dynamite, perhaps? Nah. No access to that kind of stuff. What he instead is doing in order to try and take out the bad guys is falling back on his experience watching far too many Roadrunner cartoons. Boulder Dash, and running off the side of the cliff. Why not? The controls are very slippery. That's something that has to be set early on. The controls are super slippery. Anyway, in this level we have a boomerang, which I missed. So, well, Cliff is shaking his head. We move on to the next one. There we are supposed to use the trampoline you can see in the bottom left side of the screen to jump over to the other side and then push the boulder, which I missed as well, and jumped off a cliff. Circus act. Jump on the seesaw and let the boulder hit the bad guy when he's on the screen, ideally. As you can probably gather by now, this is not exactly an action game. This is definitely far more of a puzzle game. And you basically have to learn the timings of how long it takes for the different things to trigger each other, and of course line it up with the bad guy running past. If you for some reason activate the mechanic too early, the level will play out until the bad guy has run past. It doesn't cut short just because you screwed up. So, something to have a lot of when playing this game is patience. And I have never been a patient individual, and as I'm getting older, it's getting even worse. Missed again. Yeah, well, I think I hit him once in this video. Don't worry about it. Missed again. And Cliff shakes his head. Depending on the level you are at on, you may or may not lose a life for screwing up, or you may not. Yeah, may or may not. Same thing but different. But if you hit the bad guy, you get 2 points, and depending on how many attempts you use playing a certain screen, you will get more points for hitting the bad guy first time, and less points for hitting him at further attempts. Apparently there's supposed to be 50 different screens with various different things you can do. Here we're supposed to throw the bomb over to the other side, so it causes the boulder to fall down and hopefully hit the bad guy, but of course, I mean, learning timings. Yeah. Graphics-wise, I think it's fair to say it's a bit coarse. But again, for a game from 1984, that is not to scoff at, I suppose. I mean, it was in the early days of the Commodore 64, I guess, so it can be justified to a certain point. But it looks rather not pretty. The sound design is irrelevant. The music and sound effects are not adding or subtracting anything from the game, so I choose to just ignore they exist. The controls: certain objects you have to use the fire button to lift, push, trigger, or whatever else, and other objects you just have to walk into in order to cause them to be activated. And the sensitivity of said walking into something can be extremely delicate. If you move up towards something that you need to activate and try to be close to it, there's a 50-50 chance you might actually just activate instead, causing you to screw up and fail the mission early. Or the screen early, I should say. We are currently lifting a 1-ton weight. Don't worry too much about it. Then we have to throw it down on the seesaw, jump on the seesaw, and hope to hit the bad guy, which of course, well, we failed. The gameplay is a question of learning timings. How long does it take for a certain object to move in a certain way and do whatever other things it may do in order to activate the mechanic that will cause the bad guy to hopefully get hit? And of course, the time it takes for the bad guy to get into the position of actually getting hit, which is something you can only learn by trial and error. And that is not something I particularly felt inclined to keep trying to do. I mean, the explosion was massive, but it wasn't. It has to be spot on in order to actually count. At the time of release, I'm sure this game would have been fun and funky and probably offered a decent amount of content. But I have to admit, looking at this game and playing this game at this time of my life, I have to admit I find it a bit annoying, and I found it rather bizarre. I don't know why Cliff didn't just go home, get his 6-shooter, and start filling the bad guy full of holes and stuff, to trying to throw 1-ton weights at them, throw bombs at rocks in order to get them to hit the bad guy, and that kind of stuff. What I'm trying to say, I think, is that if you like bizarre puzzle game things, then Cliffhanger may be worth a look. If you like me, getting far too old for this kind of crap, then it is a novelty. It's supposed to be funny, and I find that the humor is very hard to find. So, yeah, enough said. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.